Welcome, bout betters. Well, it was a winning weekend despite not cashing Ciro Gane, Cody Stamann, and Simon Oliveira. I went large on JASMIN, JASUDAVICIUS, and I tailed Johnny K picks on that. I also parlayed Vanessa Demopoulos with Jack Magdalena, as well as snipered that plus 440 by Demopoulos by submission. Want to thank Johnny K Picks for his advice on JASMIN, JASUDAVICIUS. That was a great call, a great cash out. Fantastic work there, man. I'm glad I stuck with it despite having some hesitancy. Another big win for me was Victor Henry. What a performance. I still stand by my assessment of Victor Henry. I thought that it was a great, exciting fight. Definitely deserved 50 G's for what he was doing there in the octagon. But I didn't view that matchup as a strong technical fight. It was there were some technical striking there for sure. Very high level. Great performances, again, by both fighters. But I viewed it more as a brawl where Victor Henry was able to dictate it to stay on the feet. He was just kept coming at Raoni Barcelos, and Raoni just wasn't ready for that pressure. Just as I had mentioned, I told people to sprinkle it with a little lunch money or gas money, which I did. And if you listen to that, you cash out. So please always listen to the entire video. If I put something out, come here, come and troll. Let me know what you guys think. It's important to just listen to the content and then participate in the comment section. I didn't start the night with a huge bankroll, and I cashed some other bets that are not necessarily much to talk about, but I definitely drank way too much. I love mixing those ales in the fights, but I was covered as I went with the Mattress Guys pick a DEIVESON Figueiredo. That was my largest exposure. I cashed the money line. I cashed the decision prop as well as the distance prop in this bout, in all to quintuple my bankroll. Despite going small in other spots, yes, I lost a lot of profit, but I did so well from the onset that this was a profitable night. Very close fight with Moreno and Figueiredo. Honestly, still think it could have went either way or even to a true draw. Both guys made incredible improvements. I was impressed with Moreno's aggressive striking and precision, while DEIVESON definitely improved his pace, his cardio, his fight awareness. It was a fantastic fight. With respects to Ngannou and Gane, I saw I know few to none of the cappers out there predicted that this would be a ground fight and a grappling war. Ngannou impressed and left me shocked. It was a masterful game plan and execution. I didn't lose so much on Gane, and I still had a plus money ticket on him. So I was happy with that performance because I had already won some profit throughout the evening, and I didn't double any more into it. So that was a smart move on my part to not be so overconfident on Gane. And wow, what a surprise performance. Incredible. Shitty of Dana not to put the belt on, but I don't think Ngannou really cares about that. It's important to see what's going to happen with each of these divisions. The heavyweight division is sort of up in the air, and then the flyweight division with DEIVESON Figueiredo is what are they going to do there? Are they going to go for a fourth match? Does he now go on to fight like someone like Pantoja or Askar Askarov? It's just all up in the air, as I mentioned, what was going to happen before. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section are going to happen with the heavyweights and the other division here. Next week, we have another card with some wide lines and some chalk that I'm not going to parlay nor cover. I'm really interested in this main event between Jack Hermansson and Sean Strickland. I'm also interested if Julian Erosa can live up to that minus 250 number, which he's just not very consistent. But I want you guys to let me know who you might think I should do a fighter analysis on. Maybe it's Steven Peterson or Malcolm Gordon. It doesn't always have to be an underdog. The computer that I was expecting last week did come in, but it was chock full of problems. So my plan was thwarted once again. And it's not cool because the fights on this card deserve a little more technical analysis, especially Hermansson, Strickland, because statistically these guys are the same on paper, but they fight completely different. But thanks to all my subscribers and the trolls, as I mentioned before, please come in here. Let me know who I should make a fighter analysis of next. But I'm going to cover this fight between Jack Hermansson and Sean Strickland. Hermansson thinks, I saw him with Helenier, he thinks he's the quicker, better fighter with better footwork, just being more rounded than Sean Strickland. They are both aggressive, both, again, statistically similar. Hermansson's a fighter that needs control. He's good or decent at jiu-jitsu defense. He, like Strickland, likes to play the bully. Jack is a master of the arming guillotine, and he outslicked David Branch. He almost submitted Jacare and totally controlled and dominated that bout as well. He did a lot of good things in that match, and you did see the movement and footwork that he's talking about. But that's one of his big problems. He always not only will look for his choke, but he always fights to his competition. He will look to stand up with Strickland. He's got to stand up with him, which could be a big mistake. He is a position before submission grappler. Vettori was more aggressive and aware than Hermansson. He reversed Hermansson and attempted 2 sub-attempts and controlled him for nearly 6 minutes. He was beat at distance in that bout against Vettori, and that's what Sean Strickland can totally do. Jack also slowed down rounds 4 and 5 because he was being touched up. Both Strickland and Hermansson are hittable with poor striking defense. That's why it's a bad thing for Hermansson to stay on the feet with Strickland, because Strickland likes to be hit. He enjoys it, and he excels actually when he is in that dogfight. Hermansson was furious and fierce in that fight with Vettori. He had that dog in him, but he fought to a decision loss. He was a minus 162 favorite against Shahbazyan, but Shahbazyan isn't the type of grappler, nor even, I would say, striker in terms of experience as Strickland. I cashed Hermansson by finish against Shahbazyan, but last time out with Sean Strickland, I was on Hall. I was not super impressed with Strickland, and I wasn't supposed to bet Hall after that Anderson Silva fight. I was on Hall by finish, actually, and them not to go the distance. I was so wrong in my analysis, but I think it was, again, Hall's passiveness against Strickland. Strickland also is aggressive and quick. He's relentless. He took Hall down. He knew how to play against Hall, which he could do against Hermansson. I don't know if he wants to do that, but like Hall, he likes to stay on his feet. He does a lot of cat pawing and measuring, and to his wrestling credit, he did have 3 takedowns against Court McGee, 4 against Hall for 7 minutes of control time. In his loss to Usman, he was taken down 2 of 8 attempts for 8 minutes of control. Usman was also able to devastate him on the feet by keeping Strickland guessing and controlling. Strickland also fought off Brendan Allen's submissions to get a knockout himself, and that's what I think he's going to try to do to Jack Hermansson. He's going to try to keep this on the feet instead of trying to go for that grappling and make this a ground game. Jack Hermansson's wheelhouse is to control and to grapple, looking for a submission, whereas Strickland is going to bring that aggressiveness and that volume. I've mentioned earlier that both of these guys are very, very hittable. I think it's dangerous for both of them because Hermansson does have finishing power with his fists. I just don't think it's in his best interest, or his fight condition or win condition is going to be the KO. I'm probably thinking of a decision in this bout, fighting similar in the way that Usman did, as well as Vettori fought against Hermansson, is what he should be doing. And Strickland is just going to be Strickland. We know what he brings. We know how he fights. But I think Hermansson's best interest is to mix it up. And I think he'll have better striking than Jotko, grappling than Hall, and his chin is better than Brendan Allen. I think everyone has some recency bias against Hermansson because of that grappling match with Khamzat Chimaev. But on paper, this should be an even money match, and I think Hermansson has the wrestling and grappling advantage. He is live for that sub. He can stay with Strickland's pace, but doesn't need to. Scoring takedowns and playing the control game, control versus submission game, will win him this bout. Problem for Hermansson is that he fights to his opponent's strengths and may spend too much time on the feet with Strickland, where he'll get pieced up and tire himself out to make his wrestling very ineffective in the later rounds. His opponents have looked to take him down, or at least Strickland down, as you can see, 39 times. So he's comfortable with wrestling attacks, and that performance against Khamzat obviously left a poor impression on Hermansson's wrestling, but he is, in my opinion, the better grappler here, as well, and certainly the better submission grappler. But Strickland has that takedown defense, 82% takedown defense, very, very capable of staying on the feet. He is tough to take down, but can Hermansson do it? I think it's probable. So I'm on Hermansson here, but let me know what you guys are going to be doing in the comments section. Like and subscribe. If you've made it this far, you are a bout better. Thank you very much.